What's up, guys? Chris with Croft CNC here. Um, some people were asking what was that fuzzy picture that I posted with all the other stuff ripped off of it. That bad boy there. Um, got got the prototype auto tool changer going. Um, it works. It uses um, a ISO 25 tool holder in or an ISO 30 tool holder with no, it's a BT 30 tool holder with a 2.5 kW um, air actuated automatic spindle. Um, and basically, you load the tools in. It sits. This one's I'm using on the 4896 CNC for newbies uh, rack and pinion machine, but it should be interchangeable with other CNC for newbies machines, and I'll be verifying that as I set my other machines up um, at the new shop. So um, basically, it sits at the back. The linear bearings are actuated by by an actuator, and it rolls on the uh, MGN 11 or MGM 12 linear bearings, pushes it forward, and then the macro basically operates the solenoid. The solenoid uh, drops the tool holder. Then the macro goes over and picks up a new tool holder and closes the drawbar from the solenoid. Um, Very similar to something we use on milling machines, but I have everything torn apart right now, lubing and greasing and everything like that. So that is where everything's out, um, and go from there. Yeah, Billy, I just shaved the day before meeting. I got a Facebook user, 4896TK. Um, Not sure who it is. It comes up as Facebook user, but yeah, you guys were wondering what that fuzzy picture was that I posted. That was of the tool holder or the tool holder auto tool changer. So there's a bunch of business that goes on the software to do this. It's not very difficult to do as far as the mechanical components, as long as you know how to use actuators and solenoids and stuff like that. Um, the big thing is just making sure you line up uh, the linear bearings so that they're not tilted. Um, and then I've got to put a stop on the ends of it to keep them from losing bearings. Found that one out the hard way. Uh, the bearing block came forward, dropped the bearings out. The little ball bearings dropped out of it. Uh, what's up, Haas? How are you? But yeah, this is so that's the start of a new era for the CNC for newbies machines. Uh, Billy, you know I'll come up and install yours. You, I gotta I gotta get milling machine and might have to buy my aluminum furnace back from you and start taking all aluminum and melting it down to make the parts for this. We will be casting a lot of the parts and machining a lot of the parts, so I'm kind of excited about that. That's cool. Um, we'll cast the aluminum uh, as we melt it. We'll cast it and actually make the parts in house. Um, this is just a prototype setup that I'm doing. It's nothing spectacular. I'm just trying different stuff, just like the 5-axis. Um, there's really, I have no reason for it. I wanted to see a CNC for newbies with an auto tool changer. Um, if this works out, it should be able to be put on without losing any bed space. It should be able to be put um, on a new carve upgrade. It should be able to be put on the 4848 TK, all without losing any bed space. So yeah, I mean, it's really cool. Uh, got the air solenoid, has a touch probe on the end of it. Let's see here. I've got a couple things I've been playing around with. I ordered a couple things, so about after this, you work on a vac table. Actually, Billy, you already know. So, but we got the feed hold stop, and then the way that the bit change is done is it actually has a tool setter probe. You'll stick your probe in a block, has 2 metal prongs on it, daisy chained wire, and then this switch goes and plugs in there to touch the probe, and then this piece actually gets a flat plate that the magnet sticks to, and that completes the circuit for the probe. And so this will just come down, the new tool will just come down, touch this button, and complete the probe circuit, which can be set up in Gerbil or UC CNC. Let's see here. Missing parts. So I'll mount that on the end of the tool changer right there, and it'll come down, it'll pick up the tool, come over, do a touch off, and when it does a touch off, it will now register what the offset of the tool is. And once it registers what the offset of the tool is, it can start the program. Once it starts the program, it'll run, it'll come back, drop off the tool, pick up the next tool, do a tool touch. It'll touch it, complete the circuit, and it says, okay, we're zeroed out on that tool, and go from there. So it's nothing spectacular or earth-shaking brand new, but it's kind of cool to see advances being made in the realm of the machines that run both the Gerbil and the UC CNC controllers, because if it works on the new carve, then it will work on the X carve. It will work on the Millwrights, the Shape Oak goes, and a whole bunch of other platforms, the Onefinity. As long as we can fit an auto tool spindle to it, which Billy from B&R Customs is going to be helping me with that, and he's finding some of the best air actuated spindles to go with his VFD kits, and that's what I'm basically going to use whenever I do this. Is I'll be using B&R custom spindles and going from there. Um, Probably going to be pushing an ISO 20 spindle rather than the BT30s, just for ease of cost, size, and availability for uh, the routers. It's a lot less to handle for the router to handle. Mark, what's up? How are you, sir? Um, but yeah, and then the feed hold I'm playing with for the demon controller e-stop situation, but I'm trying to figure out a little bit better way. Um, as you can see, I've got a e-stop from a uh, X controller, so I'm thinking I might. So the demon controller is cool because when Phil Johnson developed it, he he just put the TB drivers to the uh, to the side, not to the side, but as a separate piece. So each driver is independent, um, and all of them require their own power source. So if I can uh, split the power to those, and I can also split the power, not the power, but the feed hold on the Arduino in one switch with terminals like this, you should be able to, theoretically, you should be able to shut the Arduino, pause the Arduino, and shut power off to the drivers. So realistically, that would allow me to stop all movement as far as electrical um, to the stepper drivers, but then also put the Arduino in a feed hold position. So right on. Um, so that's kind of another thing I'm playing around with for some. I say CNC for newbies machines because that's what I have and I use. But I play around with a lot of machines, um, and they can be Gerbil based, Mach based, or UC CNC based, or Planet CNC based, or a lot of different drivers and controllers. Um, so at this point, I'm really just trying to expand the capabilities and offerings of the CNC for newbies machines, um, as far as stuff that I want to do. And that's pretty much it. So, with that being said, I'll give you guys back your time. Um, you know, uh, One thing I can say is be on the lookout. I heard there is new um, a new sending software for the uh, Gerbil systems coming. Um, Heard it through the grapevine and hope that it hits the market soon, because from what I hear, um, and go from there. So All right, guys. I will talk to you later and have a good one. All right.